So here you will choose your degree type. For example, if you're applying for the doctoral program and that too in English teaching, you need to choose this option. And if you're applying for the master's degree, then you need to choose this option, right? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will see how can you apply for Wuhan University's CSC scholarship without paying any penny, because in Wuhan University you don't need to pay application fee, right? So today we will start from creating the account on Wuhan University's portal, and then we'll see how the form looks like and what kind of information they need for you to apply for the master's program under the type B scholarship, right? So just to give a glimpse of what Wuhan University looks like. So here is the main presidential building of the Wuhan University, and it's a very beautiful campus. Especially the cherry blossom is very famous in Wuhan University, right? So you might want to apply for the CSC scholarship this year for Wuhan University, right? So let's just simply go to the admissions.whu.edu.cn. so it's the official website of the School of International Education, Wuhan University, right? So on this website you will get all the information regarding admission procedures, what programs they're offering, what are the departments, what kind of scholarships, each and everything you will find on this website, right? So without further delay, let's quickly click on apply now button. And try to create an account. So say for example, if you already have an account, just register your email and log in. If you don't have it, then let's try to register from the scratch. So you just need to press on the register and just accept. Here you can add your username, should be your name, and I will just add any random name here, okay? So you need to have at least uppercase, lowercase, and special characters in your password. So, it's the contemporary or classic way of adding the passwords in these kind of portals. So you should make sure that. Okay, so perhaps I think we cannot have a space in our username. So probably you might want to add just your first name and probably the prefix, and just add an email here. And finally verify the code, right? So this is how you will just register for your Wuhan University's portal, and now you will get an email on your email to activate the account. So let's quickly check that. So the email would look something like this, and you need to click on the link to verify or activate your account. So now you have successfully activated your account. Now here you will start your application, right? So first thing, you need to read all these rules. For example, you will provide all the information correctly, and that would be true and factual. Also, you will abide by the laws of Chinese government. So just check this and agree and continue. So here you could decide which application you are going to apply in. So for example, you are applying for the type B Chinese government scholarship, so you just check this box. Or if you're applying for the type A, check that, right? Or if you're an exchange student, do that. Depend upon which category you're applying in, right? So let's go ahead and apply for the type B scholarship and press next. So here you will choose your degree type. For example, if you're applying for the doctoral program and that too in English teaching, you need to choose this option. And if you're applying for the master's degree, then you need to choose this option, right? So here we have all the programs that Wuhan University offers for the master's degree, and the medium of instruction is English, right? So you could clearly shortlist all the programs that are relevant with your bachelor's degree or probably your academic background, and click on the apply here, right? So let's go ahead and apply for the very first program that we've got, like School of Journalism and Communication. Major is going to be journalism and communication, and its duration would be from 1st of September this year until 15th of July 2028, which means 2 years. And the application deadline is on February 25th, right? So we still have a plenty of time, and let's go and apply. So this is how form looks like. So you just need to fill in all the information very correctly and factual information. So for example, keep your passport or your educational documents with you when you are filling up this form, right? So I'll just quickly fill up everything arbitrarily. I mean, not correct information for sure. So here maybe you would like to add if you're doing any sort of diploma or perhaps continuation of your study, or if you're working, so you could add your employer name. So for example, maybe you could add like Nestle, say for example. Here you might want to add your hobbies, probably badminton, football, etc. And then your occupation, of course, whatever you are doing at the time of applying for this scholarship, just choose that honestly. And here you would like to add the final institution, for example, this university or the college where you have done your bachelor's, so you will add the name of that institution here. Okay. So if you are Chinese, of course you will select yes. If you are not, then no. Okay, and then you need to upload your photo as well. So once you have filled in all the basic information, right, the next step is study plan. So you have already choose or selected the Department of Journalism and Communication, and you are interested in applying here. So in some cases, if you have an acceptance letter, so you could just add the name of supervisor here. For example, let's just add so perhaps it is not giving us, of course, the names because we don't know the names of the supervisors in this department. But if you have, of course, acceptance letter, so you could just add the name of supervisor here, right? And then you need to add your language proficiency. So here first you need to make sure if you are proficient in Chinese language, clearly report that because it will add very much value in your application. So for example, let's choose this as a fair language proficiency, and perhaps your scores were like 80, and let's add any random number here. And for the English proficiency, of course, you might have your, what do we say, IELTS test or PTE test, and you mention that here. Here you have the list of English proficiency tests that they kind of accept, so you do select the one you have already done or prepared for. So probably Duolingo, and then add your score here, and certificate was issued earlier this month. So here you could perhaps add if you know any other languages. So here you would add the name of recommender. So in most of the cases, we prefer to add the name of recommender who is already in China. So for example, you have a friend or colleague or cousin, somebody in China, try to request them their name, organization, and phone number. So you can add their name here, right? So perhaps we could go with friends and relatives here, and we could write name, friend, organization, maybe like he is student at Wuhan University, and the number, and probably the nationality of that person, and perhaps you would like to add the address here and email of that person, right? Okay, so perhaps he could be doctoral student, right? So this is how you will fill up step 2, which is your study plan. So this is how you will continue filling up all the required places here on this page of the form. So let's just do it very quickly. So if you're applying for the PhD, you will start off with intermediate, bachelor's and master's, and if you're applying for the master's degree, then you will start from the junior high school, senior high school and bachelor's degree, right? And have you ever studied online or offline and at any institution in China? If you have, then yes. If you have not, then no, and click save and next. So now in the step 3, you need to add additional information which contains your information regarding your family and your criminal record and who will financially support you, and if you have any guarantor in China, for example, somebody who takes your guarantee, right? So here we will just add random information. So of course you can set an emergency contact here. So for example, if you are adding the name or the details of your father, mother, or any of your siblings or friend which you think should be your emergency contact, then do check this here. And then you have, of course, no criminal record. And here, perhaps you could add name of your father if he is financially supporting you, or any other person who will sponsor your complete studies. He could be living in China or could be living outside China, right? So for example, we will go with the father and just simply copy paste all the information that we have written above, right? So here add the name of that friend who lives in China and who you can rely on, say for example. So you could just add the name of that person and of course all the relevant information here. And just press save and next. So in the 5th step, you need to provide your contact information. So here you need to add your permanent address where you live right now at the time of application, so you can get your documents, for example visa or admission letter, posted on that address, right? So here you would add all the details very carefully because they will use this information to send you admission letter and stuff, right? So let's just so you need to actually clearly mention this. In some cases, some people have different permanent address and different current postal address, so in that cases you need to add information regarding both addresses. But if your permanent address is your current postal address, then you could simply check on same as the permanent address, right? So how to collect the admission letter? You want it delivered to the address provided in the application, or if you live in China, you can collect it from Wuhan University in person. So if you're applying from abroad, you will check this option, right? So you could simply copy from permanent address here and save and next. Oh yeah, you need to add receiver's name. So save all the information. Now here you will upload all the documents that are required to apply in the Wuhan University. So it includes your passport, official certificates of your highest diploma. Say for example, if you're applying for master's, then your bachelor's degree, and if you're applying for PhD, then your master's degree, right? So it is recommended to add all the diplomas in one PDF and attach it here. So for example, your intermediate, your bachelor's and your master's diplomas in one PDF and attach it here in this document. And similarly for the transcripts, do the same, right? And here you would need to attach the study plan, and they have given you a template on how could you design your study plan. Perhaps it will be somewhere here, so you need to look for it, and then you need to add 2 recommendation letters from your previous professors or associate professors. So these letters play a very important role in your scholarship selection, okay? And here you will add application form from Chinese government scholarship. I will tell you guys in my next video how could you fill up the form on Chinese government scholarship portal, right? And here you will add records of your language proficiency, and criminal record is often made by the police department in your country, so you can easily get that, right? And then of course you need to add foreigner physical examination form that you will check through doctor and get some tests done, and add this physical examination form in the application, right? After adding all the documents, you simply submit your application. So bear in mind that all the documents that you attach are of high resolution, and they should be clearly readable, right? So that you makes it easier for the evaluator or reviewer to review your application, right? So once you have submitted the application on Chinese government scholarship portal, then only you start your application on the Wuhan University's portal, right? So follow these steps. If you have any question regarding the application process or application form, drop your questions in the comment box, and I'll of course reply you guys soon. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care and do not forget to subscribe.